EDG, on the other hand, clearly this is something they've had to have practiced. You don't go into the LPL unless you've prepared.
Yeah, potentially, or, you know, something went really wrong and they were just like, this is the roster we have to field for whatever reason. It is their week off, so yeah, you're exactly right. We'll have to see whether this is something that was definitely pre-prepared, whether they run a cute composition coming in there, or whether this is something where they just play completely standard for game one and try and steal one away with Snake with the substitute roster. So Jin Zhao especially has huge shoes to fill because Deft, touted as one of the world's best AD carries at this point in time, along with Imp and a couple of other players, have to see whether he's able to step up and fill the big shoes. Yeah,
and worst part is he's going up against Crystal, a hyper-aggressive, punishing AD carry, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're already in the picks and bans, as you can see on screen. We've already ran through all 6 of those bans right fast, and Beast is the first lock-in for Snake on Rek'Sai.
Yeah, so they're able to pick that up, and EDG, they don't mess around either. They take away the Thresh and the Azir. Noticeable bans are the fact that Echo's gone off the table. That's probably more towards Pawn. Clearloves plays it a little bit as well. And the Kalista, once again, banned away from Crystal. No one wants to give him that champion.
Yeah, no surprise to see that taken away. We'll have to see if he goes back towards the Draven that he plays so exceptionally well. Maybe decides to look towards a Sivir instead, as he's hovering that right now. And Snake, I'm curious if they are going to experiment with this or if they just go with the tried and true and just try to get those points as easily as possible instead of taking any sort of gambits. And with those 2 hovers, it looks like it's going to be locked in. It's going to be Sivir for Crystal and Nautilus either for Flandre or Ella.
Yeah, I don't think Nautilus has been taken into the top lane yet for Snake. So Ella, he's got a couple of games on it, about 5. So we'll see whether that is something that he wants to run. And that's a pretty strong bottom lane. Able to get Nautilus into their face. The Facilitator Sivir also does a lot of good AoE damage late game. So definitely something they're able to use to get Crystal going. But on the other side of the rift, we have Nunu and Draven locked in.
Oh, man.
Jin Zhao taking Crystal's Draven into his matchup.
Yeah, really confident out of Xin Zhao, and I'm really excited about this. You've got Clearlove playing his atypical Nunu. He's going to be all over the place. I'm liking EDG's composition.
Yeah, right now they've got a lot of, I guess, they've got the 2 hyper carries and some peeling and facilitation coming through from both Mako and Clearlove there with the Nunu and the Thresh. Fantastic zone control with the Sand Soldiers stand aside, a very good utility move with that. So we'll have to see whether it's something that EDG, they look like they want to run a team fight comp right now, and Snake, they immediately backpedal away from their team fighting comp and go to a 1-3-1 split push. They've got the 2 globals up in Twist of Fate and Shen.
Yeah, very strong map objective composition out of Snake. They should be able to put pressure. And there is a Riven locked in.
All right, so we're talking about a good team fighting comp. They've added a Riven to that, and if Crystal or you look at Ray in this game, he's probably going to kill them. Very low pressure going to come out of Flandre's lane, so that is a big pickup there. And when you bring 2 new people in, maybe they're a little bit more experienced with solo queue. They pick up Draven and Riven.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting game one way or the other, guys.
Yeah, EDG bringing in 2 new members. Ray filling in for the top and Xin Zhao filling in for the bottom. And going in with the Draven taken away from Crystal and Riven into the top lane. Here's the matchup right now. You're going to see him on your screen. It's Ray on Riven and Flandre on Shen.
And that smirk makes even more sense now. They just bring in the pocket Riven player to shake things up.
Oh,
Beast is going to go against Clearlove with Nunu, one of Beast's champions that he made very popular in Split 1. He's also picked up Clearlove's Rek'Sai, so they're nearly playing each other's most played.
Yeah, and there's Pawn himself facing off against Yu, his former teammate. And here are the AD carries. Xin Zhao, the new AD carry, the sub filling in for EDG. He's got some high expectations. Let's see if he can fill them.
Yeah, definitely. And to round it out, Ella versus Mako and Hook City in the bottom lane. Have to see who is able to win out in that regard, of course. Thresh Draven is such an aggressive lane. We've seen it out of Snake so many times. I want to know whether EDG can make it work.
We'll definitely find out as we load onto the Rift for game number 1. And we've made it onto the Rift. It's Snake versus EDG. This is set number 3, game number 1 of week 7 on day number 3. And EDG fielding 2 subs. You've got Ray in the top lane and Xin Zhao filling in on the AD carry for Deft right now. And yes, that is a Riven in the top lane. Yes, that is a Draven taken away from Snake. And Wow, I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, 5-man invade coming through here right now as well, so they're trying to catch Jin Zhao out. He's able to exit, but Deep Vision going to come through right now for Snake, and we'll see whether they get the lane swap they're looking for.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they do manage to pull off that lane swap. The Draven Thresh, a very scary lane composition. How's that going to work out for Riven, though? I feel like we haven't seen Riven in a long time at the competitive level.
Yeah, well, you know, actually it had a couple of games over in the LCK. I think there was a pentakill picked up in the top lane by Smeb on Riven. So seen a little bit of competitive play. We also saw it a heck of a lot a couple of seasons ago in the mid lane as a couple of counter picks to Cassidy coming through there. So Riven's always been the same. Potent duelist, great 1v1. Even though no sustain in lane, the shield is such an important tool. And I feel even in a 1v2, the shield, if you max it first, just gives you so much utility to be able to get CS, especially underneath turrets. You have such high base AD as well that I honestly don't mind Riven as a pick. It's just how you make... Riven's a great laner.
Yeah.
That's how you make it work in team fighting phases. And we're going to have to see whether that is something that EDG can execute with, because you have to say, they've played with Amazing J. He plays some interesting things too, but Riven's next level interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Snake, on the other hand, as we saw with those last two picks, might have backpedaled away from that standard team fight comp as they went for a bit more of the roam on Yu and Flandre.
But all of a sudden, if Yu gets caught out when he does go into that split push by Ray, he's in a world of trouble because Ray will just delete him off the map. So maybe the 1-3-1 split push has been countered a little bit by this teleport Riven.
Definitely have to keep an eye on that, as you can see Pawn trading away with you in the mid lane. Snake did opt into the lane swap. They don't want to take their chances with
Of course you don't. There's a Draven and a Riven on the map. Like, you'd never 1v1ing against that. That would be suicide.
Yeah, Ray following around Clear Love for some double jungling action. He's going to be picking up some ladder CS and some gold as well, but he's going to keep him out of lane for just a bit while Yu continues to take some harass from Pawn.
And this is just a pretty standard start of the game for what was an action-filled champion select, to say the least. Pawn,
yeah.
This was one of the champions that he hit until MSR. We hadn't really seen his Azir come out, and then he took the world by storm with it. Well, at least took a couple of teams over in the International. We'll have to see whether he's able to make it work against you, because he has been fairly impressive on the pickup since he has been playing it.
Oh, EDG looking to rush that quick level 2 dragon, 3 minutes 30 seconds in. When you've got a Nunu and a smite on your hand, shouldn't be that much of a problem. Snake respond by putting some pressure on the top side of the map. They should know that this is happening, judging by the lack of presence.
Yeah, they definitely would know. Are they looking for a gank on you right now, which they're not, or going in there. A couple of CS missed by Pawn, so he's obviously a little bit rusty, just getting the cobwebs out. And you see Mako, that's what he is doing now, going towards what looks to be maybe a gank on you.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he decides to collapse onto it, as Yu is sustaining as best he can against that terrifying Azir poke in the mid lane. Luckily going for a full sustain build to keep him in. He was well aware of what this lane would entail, and he is prepared for everything that's going to happen. Yeah, just that poke from Pawn is so potent. Yeah,
it certainly is, you know, and he's got very low mana costs right now on the Azir, so he's able to keep it up throughout a lot with just some... Oh, that's a good ward actually from you. Gives himself a lot of information of what's happening on the other team, and now you see 2 members strong on the top side of River, looking to see if they can get the gank down over the wall onto Pawn.
Yeah, they just might be. It's going to be Beast and Flandre, both capable of making it over, but he's already got a ward on the entrance through lane, so they would be spotted if they walked through, though they do both have wall hop abilities. Instead, they opt for the recall. Might be trying to save that bottom turret before it ends up going down to Xinqiao. But we'll definitely have to see, as it looks like Flandre's headed back up to the top side of the map as Crystal continues to shove.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to kill the turret and bounce the wave off it, give Flandre some farm up there. And that would be very nice for the Shen player. He wants to get towards level 6 as soon as possible. An extra Duran's Blade picked up right now for Ray, so he's gone an aggressive early game build, I'm going to say. Double Duran's, of course, quite popular on lane bullies such as Riven, and Jin Zhao also doing the same thing, wants to try and kill as many creeps as possible to bounce that wave.
Nope. Let's see if Crystal's able to get it. He will. And perfect bounce for Crystal means he's going to get out of there in time. Flandre is already there
as well.
Yeah. Everything bounces right back to even. We'll have to see if Xinqiao decides to head to the top side of the map and go for that extended lane? Because right now we see Ray on the bottom.
Yeah, so Ray's down there, and they're going to swap the duo into the top and see if they can actually no. Yeah, they are. Jinjiao, he was running down there. I was like, maybe he's calling Ray off the wave, but they are sending the duo into the top lane, see if they can swap out another turret for themselves, and it's been an incredibly close early game. Only really you has a 4 CS lead. That's the difference right now.
It's so minor at this point, it doesn't even matter. But the fact that EDG and Snake are lane swapping, but then they're playing it so crisply and so smoothly. Normally when you see a lane swap, one team makes a mistake, and that allows the other team to trade 1 for nothing or 2 for nothing in objectives or kills. But this time around, they're keeping pace. They're neck and neck with each other.
Yeah, they certainly are, and it was just the cost of avoiding the lane bullies in Riven and Draven was giving up the first dragon, and that's not a bad price to play right now if you're Snake, who want to get towards level 6 and start running their 1-3-1, so credit to them for being able to understand what they needed to give up. And this is something that the LPL has become known for, trading of objectives, making sure that you're only giving up the minimum to keep yourself in the stage of the game that you need to so you can continue to scale. And you see that once again they're proxying the top laners off the farm, keeping them down, although Flandre now has gone up to his turret. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, he's really far in there, and with 4 members on that side of the map, he now is going to see Nunu from behind. There's the flash play. He dashes forward. The Lantern pulls Xinqiao in. He flashes the wall. The hook finds him. It's going to be first blood on Xinqiao.
Yeah, and he's able to cash in all those adoration stacks at this part of the game. You saw that the first blood, as well as the extra 300-ish gold, pops up above his head. So that's fantastic news right now for EDG, although Snake, they waste no time, take down another turret.
Yeah, with that, another turret goes down in favor of EDG. They get that first blood. However, Snake are able to respond on the other side of the map. They're even getting some damage onto the tier 2. If they could take this down, it'll make that kill all worth it.
Yeah, it certainly will, but it doesn't look like they have enough of the wave. They are sticking around, but members from EDG heading in, and that now becomes a risk. So they'll get half the health off the turret, but not able to completely destroy that one.
Yeah, fair trade-off so far, but that puts EDG in the lead by 1,000 gold. Everyone sharing in that first blood, kill gold, and experience. Now, Dragon's going to respawn in about 2 minutes. EDG secured the first one exceptionally early on, and Snake, they send their duo to the top side of the map.
Yeah, so they're looking to... Wow, and Ray's starting up blue buff. That's a risk that you probably don't want to tank with a TF there.
He heard you.
Yeah.
Through time and space and said, you know, maybe that's not such a good idea. So he heads back to the top side, catch the Krugs on his own side of the jungle. And for all of the lane bully that we expected to see out of Riven, she hasn't been in lane once.
Yeah, exactly right. She's just been running around the jungle, as we said. Double Duran's Blade, very lane bully heavy focus, but not able to get anything going his way yet, Ray. So we'll have to see whether he does catch Flandre out in that 1v1. Flandre gone with the Barmy Cinder, so can no longer free waves. Has to push them up unless he just farms with the Vorpal Blades.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to do if he continues to shove that up. Deep wards are spotting out the blue buff for you. He hasn't taken it yet, and with Pawn already securing his own blue buff, he will have a minor advantage as he continues to poke and trade it out. But there's you. Now he's going to be able to pick up his blue buff once Beast decides to help him out. Now the duos have returned to the bottom side of the map, so I think, and I hesitate to say this, but we've reached some sort of shaky equilibrium.
Yeah, exactly right. But EDG, they have 1,000 gold lead just off some extra farm that's come through onto Jinjiao right now because the wave is so big. And the fact that they had the adoration stacks cashed in so early. Dragon up in 15 seconds. That's probably the first real fighting point right now, whether they are able to catch that one out. As we see maybe again coming into the top lane, Clearlove wants to fight Flandre.
Yeah, we'll see if he can catch him as the Ray is able to get some good damage across. There goes a knockup. Beast joins him from behind. Let's see if he does get the blade wind slash attack for the kill on the Flandre, or is he going to give it over? No, he finally turns it over. Another kill for EDG. He flashes, misses the stun here. Beast knocks him up and gets out.
Yeah, so not able to get the last knock up in there is Ray, but Dragon has respawned and they're on the wrong side of the map. Maybe Snake will try and make a play, but it looks like it's just going to be a kill for nothing.
Yeah, Void Rush is available for Beast. There are pings going down onto the Dragon. He's dashing to that side of the map. Do they have the damage to burn through it in time? Beast is waiting in the wings, and Pawn, he might actually be the target here. Mako already a step ahead, waiting outside of that Dragon.
Yeah, that was the call. It was to try and get the kill onto Pawn to translate that into the objective, but Pawn playing nice and back right now, controlling you with the Sand Soldiers. Of course, you don't want to take any of them through. Only danger really is that Pawn's so low in mana and doesn't have that blue buff. It's going to be difficult for him to fight this.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now. Already finishing off that Morellonomicon exceptionally early. You going for the Ionian boots for more CDR, more Destiny procs. 3 members versus 3. Stun over the wall finds Clear Love. The hook goes wide. Mako doesn't miss his. Ella takes so much damage and goes down. Teleport coming in from the side. Flandre's knocked out by the Emperor's Divide, and EDG are cleaning this up. Another 2 kills on Xin Qiao. He's a monster in this game.
Yeah, Xin Qiao going massive on Draven right now, and you saw it. It only takes 1 kill. If anyone should know this, it is the Snake lineup, and he's 3-0-0 right now. They're going to get the second dragon of the game, and it's 4-0 in kills.
Yeah, and it looked like such a good fight for Snake. They had them set up on top of the wards. They even had the Destiny available for you, but they did not expect the flank from EDG.
Yeah, and the strength of Snake's composition is pull people around and allow the split push to get going right now with the Shen, with Twisted Fate in opposite lanes. Make EDG make the bad decisions, but when you just group up as 4 and run into EDG, who have the Nunu, have the Thresh for all that zone control, and then have this fed Draven, it's only going to be bad things if you fight them head on, and that's what the call was out of Snake. They're a great team fighting team, but their composition really isn't team fighting right now, and EDG made them pay.
Yeah, EDG playing so confidently with this new lineup. You can take a look at the gold, a whopping 1,300 gold lead on Xin Qiao with those adoration stacks, and even in the top lane, you're starting to see a difference open up. That's 600 in favor of Ray. These new guys from EDG are playing so well. Looks like they might catch Ray out here. Are they going to dive the tier 2? There goes the Destiny. He's taking a lot of damage. The Dark Passage gets body blocked. Mako decides to join him over the wall. Beast takes a turret hit, goes down to Clearlove, who pats him on the back with that Nunu. Yeah, this is Draven's time to shine. He's chasing forward, catching axes. Ella goes down. They toss Flandre back in. Another kill. That's a 5-0 Draven 13 minutes in.
This is a nightmare right now for Snake. This Draven is running rampant across the Rift. They will get a cross-map objective, so making the split push work. But catching out 1 kill and picking up a turret, probably not worth it right now, because Xin Qiao is just getting stronger and stronger, going to make sure that he is the mid-game wrecking ball.
Oh, yeah.
And they might even be able to trade a turret in the mid lane back to equal out the objective.
Yeah, we'll have to see. 3 members in the mid. Doesn't look like they're going to be helping Pawn burst down the turret, and with Beast and you finally there to save it, the turret still is able to stand. So currently EDG are down a turret, but they're up 3,000 gold. It's 7 kills to 1 in favor of EDG, and 5 of those are on that mid-game threat of a Draven Snake. I don't even know if they can survive past this mid-game phase.
Yeah, we're going to have to see whether they're able to make it work, because you're exactly right. This went all kinds of bad early on for Snake, and it's 3,000 gold at 13 minutes. You know, we've seen stranger things this weekend. We've seen OMG come back from a huge deficit against Vici on the Friday night to make that one work, but it would be all kinds of monumental bad calls right now for EDG, because you feel in any kind of raw team fight, they're going to win out. It's only if Snake are able to get this pushing going and make EDG make bad decisions around the map that they'll be able to get themselves back in.
Yeah, so far the decision-making from EDG has been on point. The only time they seem to have been caught when Snake tried to force a fight, they were able to react and turn it into a favorable fight almost instantly. It seems like EDG have got some serious control over this game. Now we're going on 15 minutes. You've got Xin Qiao finally moved into the mid lane, and he is going to shred through that turret with the raw damage of that Bloodthirster. My goodness, he does some serious work.
And he must have leftover gold, because that's what he had in the top lane before he picked up another double kill. So we'll see whether he goes back and finishes off something like a Last Whisper, or whether he goes towards a Yomu's Ghostblade for some aggression. But you're exactly right. They're just so accelerated at this point in the game. Dragon going to be up in another couple of minutes. That's number 3 already. EDG just look like a completely different unit with their subs in.
Yeah, I mean, this is
maybe
phenomenal.
Snake are as surprised as we are.
Yeah.
They're just like, how did this happen? And it is a Last Whisper. That's an Infinity Edge and Avarice Blade to BT Last Whisper Zerkagreaves Draven right now.
Oh my goodness. Look at the damage he's even doing to the red buff right now.
There's not even any armor built yet on the side of Snake. They've got like Ninja Tabby and a Balmy Cinder.
Snake falling further and further behind in this one, though they have been able to stall it out for the past few minutes. As you mentioned, Dragon number 3 going to be coming up in 2 minutes as Xin Qiao catches some farm now in the mid lane. They've moved Pawn down to the bottom. Ray continuing to farm it up in the top, and EDG just continuing. They're content with how Snake are waiting, but Beast on the deep board gets punished.
I actually thought Ray was going to go a little bit deeper than that, but chooses... Oh, now they might.
There's the smite from Beast to secure it.
Yeah, so they're playing very controlled and within themselves right now, EDG. That's a... For Team Comp that has Draven and Riven to not take a fight at Raptors is just proves how patient they want to play the game and make sure that they're able to stay ahead of these objectives. It's all about execution right now. EDG got their early game lead from their composition, and now they've got to make it work throughout the mid game.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to, as Snake seem to be responding appropriately. Now that they've caught up, they're finally up to pace with EDG's plan. They're starting to look for some deep wards. They're putting Twisted Fate on the bottom to CS nice and safely. EDG going for deep wards of their own, zone him away from the wave, and prep for the Dragon with the upcoming play.
Yeah, everything available. All the teleports up, Flash is available on the major carries. Only Clearlove hasn't got his, so this will be a fair fight if it turns into one. You have to think right now, though, that Snake will give this up. They need to get their 1-3-1 going, maybe accelerate Shen a little bit more, where he can withstand the punishment that will come out of Ray, who has just gone all the swords builds. He's got like 4 swords and whatever the heck a Brutalizer is. What is a Brutalizer?
I have no idea. It builds into a Ghost Blade?
Is it a hilt?
Oh my gosh. The hook finds Xin Qiao. There goes the Destiny. He's taking a lot of damage here. Everything is being blown to shut down the Draven, but he's still alive on the back of the fight. Finally, he goes down, but EDG are turning this around. The health bars of Snake are plummeting. Now it's 2 for 1. They turn onto Crystal as Pawn has joined the battle, slaying Ella. 3 for 1 right now. So much desperation to kill the Draven. It punishes Snake heavily.
Yeah, it certainly does, and Baron isn't even available yet. 17.5 minutes in. It's a 4 for 1 trade. They send 2 members towards... Oh, teleport coming in, actually.
Ooh, confident play out of you. He gets in there, but...
Wow, we didn't notice that. You were also running teleport.
Yeah.
So they've gone full split push mode, which begs the question, why are they team fighting at all?
I have absolutely no idea, but it doesn't seem to be working out for them. 2-11, they finally got that kill. Xin Qiao finally shut down, but I feel like for him, that's just a minor nuisance.
Yeah, and he's actually going for the build that Crystal made popular. He's going for the Trinity Force after the 2 major items. Luxury purchases coming in, but if anyone augments the raw power of Trinity Force, well, it is Draven. Being able to spam out the W, get the Sheen procs, use all of the movement speed that comes off as Pawn, might be caught, or he might kill someone.
Very aggressively. He turns onto Crystal, who's going low. He's 1v3, picked up a kill, flashes to dodge the hook. Pawn with the plays, a triple kill.
The mid laner for EDG is back. Pawn going off right now. 5-0-3 has quietly had a fantastic game. And what a play coming out there. Sets his turret up, lines up Crystal, and absolutely deletes him. Snake do not know what has hit them.
Yeah, they are completely blindsided by this EDG team who are playing at the top of their form with 2 substitutes, people that we haven't seen play with them before.
Yeah, exactly right. Let's take a look at the replay of that. Pawn lines Crystal up, gets the shield, and 2 Sand Soldiers doing all the damage. Ella then taking up the turret. And Pawn, he's got 3 of them out. You can see they're shredding it. That stage. Ray, he wasn't even needed, and Pawn, he's still going.
Oh my gosh, another fight breaks out. Crystal is so desperate for a kill, but he just can't find it. Xin Qiao gets another hefty amount of adoration stacks. The hook finds Beast. Let's see if he's going to be able to go. Not quite. Xin Qiao with a triple kill. Goodness gracious, it's 2-18. What just happened?
Yeah, this game is well and truly over. There's about 15 seconds left in it, I think, Santa, because that... Honestly, it just went from bad to worse because we keep saying it, Snake, they're running a split push composition. They have no right to be team fighting right now. They don't have the tools to be able to take it to these early mid-game carries. There's a Tiamat, Riven on the Rift. There's a 3-item Draven and a 3-item Pawn on Azir. They just shouldn't have played the game at this pace, and that's one thing that we've said about Snake. If they get ahead, they look great, but how they play from behind isn't great. And that looks like it's the game.
There's the surrender vote coming out of Snake at 20 minutes exactly. And EDG continue the win. Pawn.
And the lifeless stare. Oh, no, he smiles. There it is. He's happy.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw the replay.
Yeah. No, he saw the damage done at the end.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. I agree.
Oh my gosh, Snake not looking too happy after that set. There's Ray. Oh my gosh. What a play from that guy.
Yeah, and we questioned EDG. How are they going to look coming into this one? I had an inkling that Pawn was ready to play before the game. I think I said it to Frost that this could be very dangerous for Snake. And wow, off the back of some highlight plays from a substitute AD carry and their starting mid laner, EDG looked terrific.
Oh yeah, that was an amazing game from EDG with Ray subbing in for the top lane and Xin Xiao filling in out of nowhere. And you've got to wonder, like, this is EDG. They've got at least 3 different teams within their team, but now they've got these 2 new guys who look just as strong. How do you prepare against this?
Yeah, well, apparently you don't, because Snake were completely blindsided. They came in and they just looked like they got overrun. After they traded really equally at the start of the game, but there was just so much raw aggression that came through from the Draven and the Riven in the top lane, they just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see if Snake can take game number 2 right after this.